everyone, thank you for joining me on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. I'm Star at the Flippin' Hippo. Today is Monday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you guys. Today is Star Wars Day for those of you that are also nerds or enjoy the Star Wars franchise. And it's a Monday. And you guys know what that means. It's time for What's Sold on eBay. We're going to jump right on in with the Instagram photos of our packages, and then we're going to go over to eBay. I've got all the plush that sold all week pulled up to show you guys. There were some pretty exciting ones, and some jeans and booty shorts, some oddball things that sold, but I think it's because people are getting bored. And then, of course, a handful of remotes. So let's just get started. You're looking at today's shipping picture. 2 full IKEA bags of 58 packages. 58. 57 of those were eBay sales and 1 was Poshmark. This does not beat our record. Our record right now is around 60, which we beat our old record first in March and then again in April, and it's standing at around 60. So I'll let you know if we break it. We were very close this weekend, but we are still very happy with the 58 sales that we had. Very good weekend. Last weekend we had 42 packages. 38 of those were eBay sales, 4 on Poshmark. Tuesday we had 18 sales. 16 of those were eBay, 1 Poshmark, 1 Macari. Wednesday were 14 packages, 11 eBay, 2 Poshmark, and 1 on Grailed. That was our second sale on Grailed. Pretty exciting. And Thursday 11, 9 eBay, 2 on Poshmark. And then on Friday, we had 19 total sales. 17 of those were eBay, and 2 were on Poshmark. All right, let's jump over to eBay and start with the plush that sold over the week. You're looking at a set of 4 M&Ms, a red, yellow, green, and blue. These are official M&Ms from the M&M World in Las Vegas, which I've been to a couple times. It's a pretty cool place. I got these at a local flea market, a pop-up flea market, and I think I paid $4 or $5 for the set. It's been a couple years, was waiting for that right buyer to come along. They did sell for $36.56, and they shipped in a box. You can see that their tags here are already creased and kind of worn a little bit, which I did disclose in the listing right here. But I didn't want them to get more ruined or more beat up, so we put them in a 7x7x7 square box with some tissue paper around them and shipped them on their way to their new forever home. This is a petting zoo frog. So the petting zoo, I know I've told you before, but if you haven't heard it, if you're new to the channel or you just haven't heard it yet, the petting zoo is part of the Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. There's a theme park and a chocolate factory you can go through, and then there's like a little zoo. And so if you ever see this, the petting zoo, that's from the Hershey Park. This frog was 50 cents at Goodwill and sold for $10 on a best offer. I have a vintage Felix the cat here. He's got all kinds of loose threads coming out, and his eyeballs are all scratched up. He was 50 cents at the Goodwill, and he sold for $18.75 and shipped first class. Douglas Cuddle Toy came out of my recent huge haul when I got the 96 plush shipped to me that I bought wholesale from a viewer. They came out to $1 a piece, right around, for all of them in the lot, and they've been selling like hotcakes. Everything in that lot was really, really good. If you saw last week's video or the one before, they have been selling as fast as I can get them up, a lot of them. The lot is very close to paying for itself at this point. This little goat sold for $13.12, shipped first class. Here we have a Gans Webkins Panda Bear. He was 50 cents at the Goodwill, and he sold for $9.99 and shipped first class. Guys, you know how I'm always telling you to strip your Build-A-Bears naked? sell the bears and the clothes separately because you can fetch a pretty good price on most of the clothes. And then you can sell the bear and make more profit that way by selling them separate. This dress came off of a white Build-A-Bear Disney Pet. Can't quite remember exactly what they're called. There's these Disney Princess Palace Pets. That's what they're called. I had a white Palace Pet. It was a cat. I forget which princess's cat it was. But I took the dress off, listed the cat separate. The dress sold for a best offer of $10.79. And it weighed like an ounce to ship. Here we have a Thai Beanie Boo. This is Sammy the goldfish. He was 50 cents at the Goodwill. He sold for a best offer of $8.64, shipped first class. This lovey came out of the haul I was talking about earlier, the Wholesale. This sold for $24.99, shipped first class. Disney Olaf was 50 cents at the Goodwill and sold for $12.99 and shipped first class. Here we have a wee little Care Bear. She's so cute. She was 50 cents at the Goodwill. This is the Baby Hugs Bear. There's a blue one just like her that has a diaper and a very similar tummy care mark, and his name is Baby Tugs. The pink one is Baby Hugs. She's barely 8 inches big, and she sold for $16, and I think I said she was 50 cents at the Goodwill, and she shipped first class. So look out for these vintage Care Bears, guys. And then here's another Beanie Boo. This one's a panda bear. This one's name is Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie the panda bear was 50 cents at the Goodwill and sold for $10.99 and shipped first class. And then we have this sock monkey, which was 50 cents at the Goodwill. I am a non-discriminatory when it comes to sock monkeys. I pick them up in any size, any brand, any color, any kind of costumes. Any sock monkey I see, I do grab, especially when they're 50 cents. This one sold for $9 on a best offer, but I've had some that have sold $25 and up. Just depends on the sock monkey, and I'm always willing to risk it without comping them at the store or the yard sale if they're under $1. And of course, he shipped first class. He's very small. So that was all the plush for the week. So now we're going to jump into some of the clothing and other items. Hollister booty shorts, guys, sold for $18.70. I would not source Hollister most of the time, except for these booty shorts, these jean shorts. They do really well. These ones were 99 cents at the Goodwill, and they shipped first class. Then we have these really unique Gap polka dot jeans, always skinny. I always pick up Gap jeans when I find them. This pair was 99 cents and sold for a best offer of $21.59, which is about what I get from most Gap, which is why I always grab them. Not Gab, grab. They are a good bread and butter brand. These did ship in a padded flat. We have a pair of Joe's jeans. The Honey Boot Cut, Curvy Boot Cut. These came out of a thread-up box, I believe, which would have made them $1.75, $1.80, give or take, depending on if I had free shipping on that box or not. And these sold for a best offer of $30, and I believe these ones went in a padded flat as well. Yes, they did. So there's the Joe's jeans. Then I have a pair of Lucky Brand men's jeans. The Vintage Boot 367. These came when I bought the bulk lots of jeans off of the girl on Poshmark. I think they all averaged out to like $3 a pair. This particular pair sold for $29.99 and shipped in a padded flat. This pair of silver jeans also came from the big, they were mystery boxes, but they weren't really a mystery. If you saw me unbox them, she disclosed everything that came in the boxes. They were just called mystery boxes. But I bought a ton of jeans off of her, and I bought so many that they averaged out to be very cheap per pair. This was another pair that came from her, and this was pretty recent. So some of these are selling pretty fast. These only went up in the store last week. These and the Lucky jeans. So they're going pretty quick. Anyway, these silver jeans are capris. So I don't start them at $50 the way I normally do silver jeans. I start them around $40, $41, $40.99. Because they're capris, I always start them a little lower, and I'm willing to go a little bit lower on price. So I did accept $32 on this one, and they shipped in a padded flat. This is a Christopher & Banks denim vest. Christopher & Banks is not a brand I normally will source for, but these denim jackets, denim vests, things like this, I will pick up when I find them for 99 cents in any brand. This was a yellow one. I had a teal one and a tan one as well. This sold for $22.57, and it shipped first class. Barely squeaked by at like 15 ounces, but it did ship first class. Here's an oddball thing. It's a Lego game, Ramses Returns. This came from a yard sale. I believe it was $1 or $2. It's been a while, so I don't quite remember how much we paid for it. It sold for $9.80, and then they paid the shipping. It did weigh more than a pound, so I did charge calculated shipping on 2 pounds. Because the post office always rounds up. So if it weighs 1 to 2 pounds, they charge them for 2. So it did ship in a priority free box from the USPS, free supplies. They paid the shipping, and it sold for $9.80. Another thing we got from a yard sale last year that finally sold, Twister, new in the box from 1998. So it's a vintage Twister, still in the original box, nice and sealed. Paid $1 for it at yard sale, and they paid $11.99, and then they also paid shipping on this, and it also went in a priority box. Then we have a pair of women's Not Your Daughter's jeans. These were 99 cents at the Goodwill, and they sold for a best offer of $22.50, and they shipped in a padded flat. These were a good size, being that they were plus size, 14 women's, and they're the legging, which is kind of like skinny jeans. Women seem to like the leggings and the skinny jeans. Those go pretty fast usually. Excuse me, getting a drink of water. And then this thing. I don't know where it came from. Y'all, I found this in our death pile. At the very bottom, this was one of the very last things we dug out. If you're a longtime viewer, you probably remember that from September until about February of this year, we did not go out sourcing. We instead stayed at home and worked on our huge death pile we had accumulated. This was one of the last things I got out of the pile. So I don't even remember where it came from or what we paid for it. But I did finally get it listed, and so instead of sitting around just being money on the floor, it sold for $40.99, and then it shipped in a padded flat. We got this Disney scrub top. It's a blouse style scrub top because it is a scrub top, but it looks like a blouse. Got a nice silk print on the front. We got this in Florida last October when we went thrifting with Casey at one of the Goodwills in his area. I paid $2 for it, and I accepted a best offer of $17 on it, and it shipped first class. All right, guys, so you've seen some of the, odds and ends, jeans, booty shorts, plush. Now we're going to talk about remotes for just a couple minutes. I like to report in how they're doing each week with you. So from last Monday, which was the 27th, through yesterday, the 3rd, Monday through Sunday week, we sold 54 remotes. That's 4 remotes for the week, which puts us at a daily sell-through rate of 1.1%. So the remotes are doing really well. They're hanging in there. They're just over 1%. I have picked out 5, maybe 6 to show you this week. Just very briefly, I'm going to show them to you. You guys can always go through our solds. Our store is public, and you can look at them and write the model numbers down, or, you know, notate somewhere that these are the ones you want to look for when we can all go out sourcing again. This is the Sony AV system remote control. It opens up. It's kind of cool. 2062. Then we have this Sony DVD VCR remote control. Let's see what it looks like here. The model number is there. 2249. We have a Sony laser disc remote control. 24.99. This is the other one I have up to show you guys that we took a best offer on. This Sony remote. It's a Triniton monitor remote, and we accepted a best offer of $22 on it. Then you have this Panasonic. A lot of these ones that go for over $20 are very, very unique when you actually look at them, so they'll be easier to spot when you're out and about. A lot of the remotes that look all alike or very similar to each other are usually going to be your ones that are $12 to like $18. But you see how this one has the blue buttons and this black thing in the middle there. You know, this is pretty unique looking. So usually if you see them out and about in the wild and you're buying them one at a time or one-offs or just a couple at a time, you want to make sure that you're buying the ones that are worth the most money. If you're buying them wholesale, like a whole bunch at a time, it doesn't really matter because you're going to do so much volume. And you're going to have some that go for 12, and you're going to have some that go for 20, and some that go for 50. But if you're just buying a handful at a time, like at estate sales or church sales, yard sales, thrift stores, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the ones that are going to get you the most for your return, because you're not going to be doing volume. So just look for these, you know, kind of always look a little bit different. And again, you can just write down model numbers. You can keep a notebook to take with yourself or whatever. So back to this one. $25.30 on the Panasonic. And then this Sony counter. Tape cassette deck remote. It's a cassette remote. You guys remember cassette players? Anybody old enough to remember cassette players? This one sold for $49.99. So here's a $50 remote right there. All of our remotes cost 52 cents bulk. We bought 3,000 for 1,600. We're still selling them pretty steadily. So averaged out, we paid about 52 cents a remote. They all ship first class. They all go in craft mailers unless they're expensive like this one, or they have cords. We've had some that we've shipped that had cords attached to them. Or if they're super duper expensive, we put them in a wee little box and ship them out that way, but they'll still go first class. Alright guys, let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, any questions about Plush or what you should be looking for when it comes to jeans, remotes, booty shorts, things like that. Let me know how your sales are going. Let me know if you're able to get out and source yet. I know some states are opening and some aren't. Just let me know what's going on. I'd love to hear from you guys. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. It really helps the channel. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Flippin' Hippos on all social media. You can always email me at flippinhipposhelp@gmail.com. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. You can search for it on Facebook or use the link provided down below to join. It's a really great group, guys. And I'm not just saying that because it's my group. I'm saying that because the people in it make it what it is. It's a really great group. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel, guys, and hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I put up new content. You can support the channel with the thumbs up, subscribing, joining the Facebook. All of those things help us out around here and help us feed all our hungry hippos. Until next time, guys, go be productive, go make some money, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!